Hey, what's up, people? It's Hugo here. We're going to do a quick demo of role-based access control in Orchestra, which is kind of boring as a feature, but it's actually really, really exciting when you realize how good it is. So all you have to do is head over to the bottom left and go to Teams, and you'll see this thing called Groups. Now, if we go into Groups, we'll see some groups that everyone's already got. So we've got account admins can basically do anything. They can also monitor and change things like users, and, all the like meta account level stuff. We should try not to have too many of those. Then we've got maintainers. Maintainers can basically build integrations and build pipelines and products, but they can't necessarily like edit the like account properties. And then we've got editors. So editors are great for sort of someone like a junior data engineer, because they can effectively view, run, and build pipelines, but they can't publish, which means that you still have control over production. The final thing, we've got our operators. So we often see like large enterprise data teams wanting to outsource the monitoring and the debugging of data pipelines. This is perfect for that sort of outsourcing offshore resource model. And then finally, we've got viewers. So viewers are people that can just view stuff. So super helpful for bringing people in, because they can start to see all the metadata, all the pipelining stuff, but they're not actually going to be able to screw anything up or get confused. So these are the God-given groups that we've given to you, but we can also give you fresh groups. So I'm going to go here and select a fresh group. And actually, before I do that, why might you want to do this? You might want to do this because you might have a complicated environment like I do, where there's just way too much. And actually, if I'm a finance analyst and I'm building some data pipelines, then do I really need to see all of this? Like, do I really need to bother? Not really. So we're going to go into team, go into groups, create a new group. Let's call it finance, group for the finance team. And then you'll see that we've got these different resource types. So products, integrations, and pipelines are all pretty self-explanatory. A connector is just like another class of integration. The difference is that they're like connections to external APIs, but you can't run tasks in them. So things like GitHub, Slack, Teams. And then we've also got groups and users. So if you don't have permissions on users and groups, then you're not going to be able to edit users or groups. So probably don't give them that. And then organization settings is just a tab in the settings. And then account settings is just another tab. Again, for people that are interested in using Orchestra like in an operational way, don't give them that. If you ever want to just do it for everything, then we have this star radical. So I'm just going to start with pipelines, and I'm going to select the finance ones that I want the finance team to see. And I don't want them to edit production, but I want them to basically do anything. I want only one person to have the review. So I'm going to give them editor. I'm going to add that. And then they're also going to need access to the finance integrations. So that is the Databricks connection and the Azure connection, because we are a retro finance team and we do stuff on Azure. Well, not everything on Azure is retro. Like Fabric, for example. Fabric is actually pretty great. So let's give them Fabric. Let's add that. And then they're kind of good to go. So we're going to create this group. Now it's here. And then the next thing to do is double check the permissions. So we can see these here. But it's got no users. So I'm going to add my testing account. And then I'm now going to go ahead and log out and then log back in with my testing account. Cool. So I'm logged back in with my testing account. And as you can see, there's a lot less going on here, which is pretty cool. If I want to edit this pipeline, I can. So I'm just going to add a simple command. So run VM This will be your VM resource. This will be Orchestra VM, which is like so. We can automatically start and stop it. So let's do that. Now I'm going to save. And we can see that we don't have a publish toggle up here. So if we want to promote this to the sort of published version, like someone else with the right access is going to have to do that. I can't do that. We'll see that I've also got access to the integrations that I gave myself access to. And it's interesting because there are actually still a couple more. And that's probably because this user is in another group. And that other group has access to those integrations. But you can see that, if I need to go in and update the secret, something like that, that's now within my power. The final thing, which is cool, is that if you want to look at analytics that pertains to like your data pipelines, the role-based access control extends to products. And, this is a sort of sporadically used demo account, so you must forgive the sort of horrible dotty lines. But when you're running things regularly, these graphs will look prettier. And it just reduces cognitive load, right? It's like you can now give people the environment they need with all the metadata they want. They can identify things which are taking a long time. And, you don't have to worry about them understanding how to go through all these filters and understand what the hell's going on. And that just makes life a lot easier for everybody. So yeah, that is a quick summary of role-based access control. Again, you'll see here that they can't see the account or the organization settings or team, which is good. Hopefully if I try to do the URL, that fails too. Yeah, so I'm forbidden, so that's good. And yeah, that's role-based access control. So please like, comment, and if you're interested in finding out more, you know where to find me.